We begin tonight with breaking news. The couple tied up by Christopher Dorner in a Big Bear cabin have just spoken publicly for the first time.
10 News reporter Kristen Severance was at the news conference in Big Bear. She is joining us now live with what they had to say. And we are going to get right back to her. We have Kristen standing by in Big Bear, and now she is ready for us. Hi, Kristen, what can you tell us?
Hey guys, sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there. This is just breaking at this very moment. So I have to tell you, what a news conference. You could hear a pin drop. It was right across the street here, right in this parking lot. There was probably more than a dozen reporters and photographers. I just want to explain kind of how this all happened. So we got word that there was going to be a press conference here in front of the cabin where Dorner was holed up, where he stayed for 6 days. We heard it could be the two maids that he tied up. So we expected these two women to walk out. Out walks Jim and Karen Reynolds. Now, they own this resort. They own the Mountain Vista Resort here in Big Bear, and they were refurbishing the unit. They were in the middle of remodeling it, and they hadn't been in that unit, unit number 203. That's where Dorner was hiding. They hadn't been in that unit since February 6th. So they go in yesterday, they walk in, they said immediately he comes rushing out. They recognized him right away. They were watching the news coverage, they were seeing his photos, so they knew it was Christopher Dorner. Well, the wife of the two, Karen Reynolds, she screams, of course, runs up the stairs, but then Dorner runs after her, brings her back down. He then ties up the couple. Now that's when Jim Reynolds got scared. He said that's when he feared it could be the end. I mean, they said Dorner was calm, but they were worried because he was using zip ties on them. He gagged them, so he tied them up, and then we had to ask how they escaped. Take a listen.
We didn't really. What we did is we kind of scooted down, and I went up and grabbed the pillowcase and then pulled it off, trying to put my hands behind it.
Yeah, I worked up and got it off his head.
And then she got her gag off, and then we both worked on trying to stand up.
We asked them, were they scared? They said they were shocked. Again, the scariest moment was when Dorner was tying them up. They said that he didn't really talk about the shootings, but they said that he did explain that he was doing this to clear his name. Interesting enough, he left both cell phones behind, so as soon as the couple shimmied out of those ties, they were able to call 911. Karen said that she actually called it on speaker, and right away they called authorities. So it's such an interesting turn here, and we have much more sound with them, and they really still are in shock. Live here in Big Bear, Kristen Severance, 10 News.
And Kristen, so much going on in their explanation of what happened. Can you just clarify for us again? He mentioned a pillowcase, I think. Exactly how did they get out?
Okay, so they were gagged and they had zip ties. And the way they explained it, they just they shimmied out. One was upstairs, the other was down, and they kind of just scooted over to each other, and they were able to kind of wriggle free. I do think Karen Reynolds, though, called 911 while her hands were still behind her back. I think she kind of did one of these moves where she was, I don't know. She was trying to explain it, but basically she was able to call 911 while her hands were still behind her back.
That helps
so what
a lot. Now we know they got together and helped each other. Thank you for that explanation.
Exactly.
And of course, we'll have much more on that tonight on 10 News at 11 o'clock.